Hello, Crispy Animators. It's been a while. It's been 2 weeks. I hope that you all watched and listened to our last episode with Ryan. I hope that you've all subscribed and liked by now. Yes, please. If not, go for it right now. It's gonna show your support. Louis agrees. Yes? He agrees. We'll have a slew of guests for you coming up. We're really excited. I actually don't know who our guest is going to be today, but I'm sure it's going to be a great one.
What do you mean you don't know who your guest is? How do you not know me?
Where did you come from?
From heaven. From heaven to educate everybody about concept art. This podcast is no longer Crispy Animators. It is Crispy Concept Art. And whatever you want to know about... Oh, excuse me. It's not animation. No. Well, I have taken over the podcast, so you can come in as a guest.
Can I? I love to be a guest. I've never been a guest.
Actually, I want Louis as a guest. Sorry. Hello, Louis. Louis, do you have anything to say?
I think he wants his own microphone.
Oh, he does. Oh, okay.
Louis, please let us know. Are you excited for our podcast today?
Oh, he is. Oh, he's actually more hungry than.
Oh, I've been out all day, so he might be actually hungry.
So sad. He ran away.
Tell us, are you going to talk about AI today as well, so everyone knows what's coming?
No. Beep AI. We don't curse in this household, but really, AI.
That works. We're really excited. We've never had a concept artist with us before, so we're really excited for today now that I know who the guest is. So we're super excited to have a concept artist with us. Louis is also excited. So stay tuned and we'll go to the episode right now.
Happy.
Yeah, wait, no, there's an issue.
No, there's no
you
issue.
have
It's
to. No, it's telling me there's
I cannot hear anything.
close. Oh, here, let me. Worked?
I can hear you.
Okay, good.
It's
Wow.
a very small microphone.
I know, it's a teeny tiny microphone. It is Sorme's, but I'm using it.
Technically, this is Louis' microphone. I bought it for Louis so we can have interviews with Louis.
I get very anxious when I'm waiting, so I just do things.
I laid on the floor. I was laying on the floor eating chips.
Is this a thing now? You lay on the... So this is it. When we're waiting and anxious, you sleep on the floor. I vacuum and she cooks. And so
Yes.
we all know now.
Thank you
That's
again,
fun.
everyone, for joining our What We're Gonna Have for Dinner podcast. It's been
Yeah,
great.
that's
This is our
great.
episode 370. See you on the next one.
We have Swati Hathi
307.
with us. Yeah.
Yes.
Just what you will learn on this podcast is never listen to what Mr. Positive says. Just pretend like it's
Excuse me.
just...
So orange is not the new black.
Finally!
She noticed.
I saw it as soon as I joined and I was like, was I supposed to have something? How do you do that?
No one would see. I can add it in the edits, but right now under Mr. Positive's name, it says, "Is orange the new black?" And that's what Swati saw.
I
I
normally
think
put
you can
random messages down there to see if our guest will see it. Our last guest did not see
Really?
this message,
It was
so
very sad.
you finally got it.
What was the message in the last one?
This one, orange is
Oh, it
the
was
new
the
black.
same one? Oh, okay.
Is the same?
Yeah, you didn't read it.
So
He
now
was
in the next
distracted. It was a
one,
lot.
you're gonna have a new color. It's like, is red
The next
the
one,
new
I'm just
black?
gonna write something else.
Yeah.
Is orange the new pineapple?
pineapple?
I'll probably put who's the better Disney Who is the better Disney princess?
That's a
Ooh,
good question, actually.
That's
That
a
makes
really
people
good
think.
question.
I have Belle. For me, definitely Belle. She's the best one out of all of them. Come on. She never
Mulan.
whines.
Come on, Mulan for me.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Mulan,
But-
second.
but she's not
Mulan,
really
yeah.
a princess, though.
Yeah.
Woof. That's true.
Shoot.
I mean, Belle isn't either.
Well, she
She
does.
becomes one.
Still a prince. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mulan just becomes the savior of China.
Yeah. Both of them are awesome, though. I agree.
Yeah.
They're both top.
I vote
Everyone,
Mulan.
let us know what you think. Comment with your favorite princess, please.
Yes. Dang it! Now I got to change it for the next one.
And subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe. This is Swati Hathi. We've known each other for a while now. She's a concept artist working on a game right now. So she's in the industry. We're excited. She's our first concept artist on the podcast. We're excited to hear her side of everything.
Wow. That's a lot.
Yeah.
Being the first.
The first, yeah. Great honor.
So happy. Great honor.
Well, let us know, Swati. How did you start in your journey of concept art? Did you come out of the womb knowing that
When
you
I
wanted
was an
concept art?
embryo.
Yeah.
It all
Continue.
starts when I was an embryo.
Uh-huh.
There's this thing, Sorme knows this and all my friends know it. I never have a long story short. I always have a long story long. So get ready for a 6-hour podcast.
Okay, so
Alejandro loves it.
you were in the embryo. Okay, continue.
Yes, I was in the embryo.
Okay.
And then I just came out drawing, like with the
Interesting.
umbilical
That's
cord.
true. It seems
No,
like that's it.
honestly, I came to know about concept art literally 3 years ago, and I've been working in art since 2015. So I have done, like, when people say I've done so many odd jobs, I've not done odd jobs like outside the industry, like in art itself. I've done so many odd jobs, and yeah, it was
Okay,
like a
you
whole...
gotta name them. You gotta name them.
But one of them, which I always say is like my fun fact, is I used to work in advertising. And when I was working, I was handling like some social media brands, and there was like a kids hand washing thing, and I was a hand model.
What?
This prized hand, this beautiful hand.
Did you get like free lotion and they were like, you gotta lotion up every 20 minutes?
Yeah, I was sent for like, they paid for my manicure and stuff because I was a hand model for. So
Oh my God, everyone! I'm
2017
gonna ask for a picture of her hand and then drop it
Picture.
up for you
I
to
want
see
videos. I want
everything, detail,
everything.
the veins and everything.
But no, like I was working one day and my boss walks in, and when I was working, he looks at my hand and he's like, why are we hiring a child? We have a child hand right here. She's the new child hand star. So they had a child like who had to come photo shoot and everything. They canceled
Do you have
it
small
because
hands?
yeah, I have tiny hands. And it looks like
It
a
seems
baby's
like it doesn't
hand.
seem that small. Okay,
Like it's
compared to
chubby
Alejandro's.
and yeah.
Oh
It fits the
wow,
criteria. It's very specific criteria.
interesting.
So yeah,
Wow.
that's odd.
Yes, it is.
And
'Cause
then
first off, your boss walks around and goes, you got child hands. You're in.
Yeah.
yeah, but so it all starts with like I wanted to get into art because I never followed like the usual comics, but we had like a lot of Indian comics, and I was very much into like, I'm from India, by the way.
His
I'm
job
born-
is also in India.
yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so I was born and raised in India, and then I started as Asian parents go, like I was supposed to be in like engineering and medical, but luckily when I was in school, I was always like making comics, drawing stuff. I was very much into Indian mythology. My grandmom had like a very specific story that she used to tell me, and that for some reason that in the story there was like this dude with like 10 heads, and like that visual just stuck with me, and that's how I started drawing my own comics, because I wanted to know what a dude with 10 head would look like. And that's how I started drawing and visualizing things and all
You
of
can't
that.
imagine it. You have to draw it, Alejandro. It
Yeah,
doesn't work.
exactly.
No, I'm trying to think it. Sorry.
Because what I'm thinking is very scary. So I think
Same.
it's not
I'm like,
supposed to be
does
that
it go
scary.
on the back as well, the heads, or do they just connect?
And then some come out of the chest and
Yeah,
everything. I don't know.
See, like when like it was, I think, one of the first bedtime stories that my grandmom told
That
me.
is the scariest
It's
bedtime
a very
story ever.
scary bedtime story.
Like everybody, if there's anybody from India who's listening to it, they immediately know what the story is, because I think it's everyone's bedtime story.
Not mine.
India.
Just saying. The little piggies. That was mine.
Oh yeah, the little piggies.
Um,
So that made you curious, and then
that made me
you
very
started
curious.
drawing.
And then I started drawing comics, and then that actually my mom subscribed like these Indian comics that used to come with newspapers,
Hmm.
like the weekly publications. And again, it was all around like Indian mythology and stuff, but it was just so cool that I used to like copy it and like redraw it, and sometimes draw on top of it, like draw tiny
Nice.
mustaches on everybody. Basically,
Just like Alejandro's, yes.
yes. Then my parents were like, "Oh, this kid is good into art. Send her to every single art competition that ever is."
Directly to
Asian way.
competition. Wow, yeah, it's very Asian way.
So first hands, now competitions for drawing. Okay.
Well,
I
it's the other
continue.
way around, but yeah.
True.
It's first competition, then hands.
Yeah.
The competitions led to the hand modeling. Yeah, I'm sure, yeah.
The hand one.
Do you have a YouTube channel just for your hands?
Yeah. Do you have an Instagram account or something? Or should we tell people?
Hands, but just
Child's hands.
child.
Yeah, you were saying. So competitions?
Yeah, so like and then I was like, okay, this is the thing. So I used to do all my extracurricular time. It was just into doing new things into art. And when it came time to like select your college and stuff, I really didn't know what to do, because there's nobody in art in my family, or like there was just nobody to look towards or see their career trajectory and be like, oh, okay, that's what we can do.
Right.
Again, kudos to my mom. She searched for like this so we have like this national level exams that you have to give to be able to qualify to different art colleges. So she before 2 years before giving those exams, she looked up for those classes, and then she enrolled me to those classes. And then that's where like I was like, oh, okay, people do this as a career. There's so many different things. And of course, concept art just came way later.
Yeah, you were
like
just
I said,
thinking
after
to
6
be
hours,
in
you'll
the.
come to know.
You were just thinking of like art, something in art, because you
Yeah,
knew like you were
something
good
in
at
art,
drawing and
and
you were interested. Yeah.
yeah, so there were in that class there were like product design and architecture and
That's cool.
interior and
Oh,
just
okay.
so many different variations of stuff. Entertainment design was one thing which just never was in that catalog per se. So my head was very much geared towards, okay, maybe graphic design is a thing, and you know, just I was in that space. And then when I was applying for my bachelor's, one of by that time I had a little bit knowledge of illustration. I was like, oh, okay, comics actually fall under illustration. Who knew? Not me. Most people. So then we figured out a college which had illustration as an elective. Again, it was not like the main subject being taught. So I enrolled for it, and it turned out to be the main degree was applied arts, which was for advertising. And one of the elective in that was illustration. So that was like a 5-year course, and again, like just yeah, it was my bachelor's
5
degree.
years?
Yeah.
Isn't that
4
long
years,
for bachelor?
4.5.
Still long. Anything over 4, I feel like is too much. Too much studying.
So no doctor for you.
No doctor? Or me? Oh, no way.
Yeah.
Blood or anything? No. Syringes? No. Not just the 4 years. So many different reasons why not. Sorry. You were saying, yes.
So I lost my train of thought.
Oh, yeah, you went to college. It took
I went to
4.5
4
years.
years
all
you
of
took
that,
a
and
class
then-
about hands and yes. Continue.
Where was the college? You're still in India at this
I'm
point.
still in India right now. It was in Bombay. And then in that college, then my whole thing was like, okay, we were taught like typography and calligraphy and like just so many different, again, versions of applied arts.
Yeah.
Still,
Nothing,
nowhere
it's
close
not
to
specialized. It's very general stuff.
very general. And then in our last 2 years, we had our elective, and that's when I started learning about illustration. And then at that time, I was like, oh, maybe comics I've always made it. I can just continue doing that and all of that. But there were no jobs per se around it, or there's like all that I could do was like start being a freelance artist. But I wanted experience, and we have like these spring shows. We end up making I had like an ad campaign that I had to make, and so and then we have to present it in an exhibition and all of that, and like basically like an industry day. Companies come in and look at your stuff, and then I got hired into an advertising agency straight from there. So I was like, okay, advertising it is. That's where we are headed. So that's where I worked for like 2 years. I was in it, and then
you suddenly became a hand model. You were like,
and
I
then
need to
in
change
that
careers
also-
right
Get
away.
to the point. The hand
Yeah.
models. The
and
hand
then
models.
the hand model thing happened. That's actually was very much the point where I was like, man, I got into art because I wanted to draw a dude with 10 heads. I didn't want to like remove, like smoothen my hand line so that it looks like a child's hand. This
That
is
plus
not
have a
what-
boss where
They're
they notice
creepy and
your
watching
hands.
you.
Yeah. And very freely and openly compare your hands to each other. It's like so many reasons.
So many things.
Understandable. Wait,
So-
before you start, did you drop something, Alejandro? Did you drop your fidget thingy?
I did.
Grab it. It's
It's
okay.
okay.
I can...
It's okay. It's
You're
okay.
good?
I'm good.
Okay. I saw it in your face. Okay.
What will you
So I think-
fidget with?
Huh?
The
What will
little-
you fidget with?
It was
Oh,
the
yeah,
medicine thing. It just
has a
bounced
backup
and then just
option.
kept going, and I couldn't grab it. And I was like, "Dang it!
His
Sorry,
face just
everyone.
went like this.
Sorry, everyone.
Okay, so sorry, Swati. We derailed
No, you're good.
again.
Do not take this out of the video."
I won't promise. We'll see. We'll see. You need to be nice to me. I'll keep it in.
Now he's just so attentive. He's like,
Oh, it's so much energy that I had to put in. Continue, Swati. So you were saying you
Wait,
You
what
decided to-
energy? Hold on. What energy? You gotta
to
put
be
in.
able to like handle your reactions and then be okay with not derailing everything. Could bring us back. Bring it back.
I should go get popcorn. I was like, yes.
It's fun. It works.
What do you
I
have to deal
derailed, you
with?
bring
Please
back.
let me know.
No, it's just like the one we do. We get like the conversation changes. Like someone needs to bring it back. Sometimes he brings it back. Sometimes I bring it back.
Perfect team.
I feel like he wants to say something. Yeah, teamwork. Yes.
Teamwork.
So you decided to leave
Yes.
advertising
Oh, right,
because
right,
you had a
right.
creepy
That's what
boss.
we
That's right. Yeah, I was like, this is not it, man. This is not what I wanted to do. Kudos to everybody who works in the field. It's just
I mean,
something
yeah, it's a
that
great
was not
field.
my cup of tea. And so I was like, I couldn't find any other courses in India or like figure out how I can start working in illustration because there was nothing else. Like on the side, I used to freelance a lot, so I've done like illustration for book covers and all of that, but that just never felt like I'm not
That's
learning anything. This is not.
Mm.
I'm just applying what I know and going with the flow and all that.
Yeah.
So that's when I decided to come do my master's in illustration, and I came to the United States for it. Master's was 2.5, 3 years.
But what's the process like to finally come to the United States to do your master's?
Oh, it's an extremely long process. First, I knew that I wanted to do illustration, so that was easy because somehow everything was
narrowed
boiled
it
down
down.
to just searching for illustration colleges.
Uh,
So then I had to search for different colleges. I applied at multiple places: SVA, SCAD, Academy of Art, which is where I went. Where else did I apply? There was like a college in UK also that I applied for. But one of the things that stood out for Academy was there's like this in different colleges there's like a specific application fee which is pretty high that you have to pay. And for Academy, I could submit my portfolio and they could give me a response whether they will approve me or not before I submit that application fee.
Oh,
Oh.
that sounds cool.
yeah, that's very nice.
So I ended up doing that. I submitted. I made a portfolio for it, submitted it, and got approved. And another big advantage was that I could apply for scholarship. And I
that's
ended up
important.
getting scholarship for it because it is an expensive college.
Very, yes, we've heard from other
And
guests. But
that's
did you
what
get accepted to other schools too, and you chose this one or no?
I got. Yes, I got accepted in SCAD. SVA was a different ball game altogether. They were not accepting. So our scoring in India is not based on GPA. So I was supposed,
Oh,
I had to
perfect.
pay
Go
a
on.
different service where they had to convert we are given everything in a percentage basis. So I had to submit in a different, like it's like a WES, WES service where they convert things. And then I paid for it and everything. But then when I applied, they were like, oh, okay, we wouldn't, it wasn't on the right date. So it did not, like, even if I paid for it, it did not get accepted.
That's horrible.
And they
Yeah.
still took your money?
Yeah, the money was given to the service. So
Of course. Yeah, that never ask that. They always take it.
yeah.
It's that.
That's true.
But then another thing that I realized is SVA is very good again for advertising and graphic design. And I wanted to stay as much away from it as I could.
Right.
So then coming to Academy felt like the perfect fit. And another thing in Academy was like the number of different courses that they had. Like I never, again, the whole thing of like until now I was never exposed to entertainment design. So like biz dev, animation, game development, just never knew all of these degrees that existed.
Yeah.
And so I was like, okay, that's interesting. That'll be a good, it'll be a good cesspool
Experience.
of multiple things.
Yeah.
So I came here, started my master's, and then again the same thing where now, of course, things broadened up where now children's book was also a viable option, and doing like branding but like in a different like illustrative manner was also an option. But again, it just, none of those things made me
seem
feel
right.
a guy with 10 heads.
Yeah.
I was still this little girl who wanted to like, and I never knew like. So what happened was I continued my illustration degree. I took all the classes and learned everything. But we have a spring show in our school where every year all students submit their work and it's showcased, and we get to see work from all the different departments. It's all in like one place and at one time. I ended up attending that, and then I saw the game department, and I saw their work. And there was this one guy, he did like this Chinese rendition of Diablo, and he had a guy with like 3 heads, and I was like,
multiple heads on a person. Yes, that is the dream.
it was called character design. Who knew? Not me. So
I can see the twinkle in her eyes even now. It's like she's remembering. I can see what she looked like then.
She finally learned that's what I want.
Because that guy, he was so cool. He was in his final year, and so basically for your final year, you have to make a thesis project, and it needs to be a game or a movie or whatever you're doing. But basically, you need to have characters, environments, props.
You have to have a whole game in, like, you have to make a game in 2 years and finish it.
Yeah,
that would be your thesis. Wow.
Yeah. I mean, it's not functioning, but of course, the concept art part of it that makes up your thesis.
Also, the look of a game, the world of a game, not that.
The biz
okay,
dev.
got it.
Yeah, the biz dev.
Right. Still, it's a lot, but okay.
Yeah. So the biz dev. Excuse me. What was? I shall fight you over this.
There's so many characters, so many side characters, so many buttons, and like environment. Imagine the amount of mushrooms.
Sphere, a cube.
Oh no, I think
I got
a
this.
sphere, cube.
That's my characters. That's my design.
That's why you're not a concept artist and you're a layout artist. That makes sense.
So this guy made like this whole thing of like his own flip on Diablo, and then he had like with whatever characters he'd done, he had like these massive cutouts of them made, like actual like big cutouts and stuff. I was enamored. He had like a whole setup for his thing, and that like I reached out to him, and by this time I was already in like there's this thing called midpoint review, and basically that's where you talk about what you were gonna do in your thesis, and then you just start working on your thesis. So I was already done with that, and it was like a comic that I was going to do. And then I saw his stuff, and I was like, I need to do this. What is
Redirect.
this? Like,
what is it called with cars when you just like squirt and then suddenly do a U-turn? Like I feel like you did that.
Wait. Squirt?
I don't know what it's called. Squeeze? Drift. Thank you.
Fast
Squirt.
and furious. Sorry.
Maybe we'll squirt oil or something. Let's just say that. Oh, I'm just gone.
He said squirt.
I said squirt, and then he caught me. Could have edited that out. Now I can't anymore. Drift. I meant drift. Okay. Drift.
Fast and Furious, please. Have Termeh help you write her script. Write your script.
That makes sense.
It's annoying on everybody.
Oh God. Okay.
That's oily.
Yeah, I was thinking like maybe it's like oily and it squirts. Oh, I'm just done. We're done.
Oh.
It drifted. Okay, you changed your mind and then went into concept art that way because
Yes, I
Because you
squirted
squirted,
my.
remember? Yeah, she got.
yeah. Oh, you're never gonna let this go. Oh,
Yes. So
Continue,
I
please.
did like a 360-degree. I reached out to the guy, and I was like, "What are you doing, man? What are you applying for? What is this career? What is it?" Like I had
yeah.
no idea. And in that also there was game development, and then there was visual development. So game development had concept art for of course games and sort of live action movies, and then biz dev was concept art for animated movies. So
Oh,
again,
I
it's
did
like
not know the difference.
yeah, it's
That
like
makes
a
sense.
whole new
New
world.
world.
How one
Yeah,
spring
I
show
understand it.
just changed my life.
It's like what happened? What happened?
You guys went with it, so I just let you go.
It just works. We're too close for it to not work.
Yeah, I know
suddenly.
you
Yeah.
guys just squirted, you know.
Oh my God. So VizDev is for animated features, and then
Yeah.
concept. What was yours?
Concept art for game dev.
Game dev.
So yeah, I reached out to him, and I mean, of course, it's a very big pivot to do, knowing nothing about it. Of course, you've like watched movies and played games, but you have two dots
Yeah.
and then you don't connect it. You're like,
Yeah.
you can what? Yeah, exactly. Who was
Yeah.
designing these things? Of course, there has to be a department doing
Someone
it.
that does it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And did you want to be in games, or you were like, oh, I just want to do this, depending on either movies or games, or you were like,
I
oh
did
no,
not
games is what I
know.
want.
No. Like I said, it was like a new
It was
world.
too
So I
new.
was like,
Yeah.
what is
Right.
this? At that time, actually, I thought that live action was something that was more appealing, and then environments for live action was more appealing. So I went on wait, reeling it back. Once I did this, I reached out to the game department professors and also the Viz Dev professors, and just was talking to both of them, making them see my work and be like, "What do you think? Where do my talents lie?" Is because I feel like the way I draw and the way my portfolio was very much geared towards game dev.
Games.
Mm-hmm.
But
Makes sense.
then I fell in love with like all the stuff that was done for animated movies. So I was just like, "Ooh, wait, what is that?" It's just, so it was like a whole thing of like having too much confusion, too many options to choose from. So what I started doing was I started taking classes from every department, because as a master's, you could drop your own classes and take classes from like different.
It wasn't too late to change everything.
No, I could take classes. It's another thing. I was like, I'll take classes and then make a decision. And by the time I had to make my decision, I was in my final semester.
Oh.
So I reached out and I was like, hey, I know for a fact I want to do this and I want to switch. And because I took classes from different majors, I had enough grades to be
Yeah.
able to switch. The only thing was that the whole thesis that you have to
Yeah.
do for your masters, I had to do it in my last semester. Uh,
Something that people have like almost a year and a half to work on. You had 1 semester.
sort of.
What did you do? What thesis did you choose?
Yeah, what
I'm so invested. What happened?
I made a story on like an Indian myth. And I made like an Indian game of sorts. Not the guy with 10 head, but of course,
I was gonna
like,
ask.
but it was like it was one of my projects, which I had to
Mhm.
submit to be able to qualify for one of the game classes. So I
So you
did draw
built
my
on
guy
a
with 10 heads, and that's what got me
nice.
this way.
what did you use to like design the game?
As in?
As in like software.
Oh, predominantly it was Photoshop. Drew everything in Photoshop and then used a little bit of like ZBrush and Blender to be able to make like very rough 3D models, so that you can cheat on perspective and angles when you end up using that.
Yeah.
So those are the predominant softwares that I used at the time.
So then you graduated with the concept art degree, master's.
Yes.
And then how long did it take you to find a job? Did you go directly to a job or?
No, and a caveat to all of this is I'm an international. So I was on a
Visa.
deadline. I was on a visa deadline, and my last date of finding a job was 8th October.
Of what year?
2021.
Okay.
So I'm also a COVID baby, COVID job baby.
COVID babies.
See, I watch your podcast. See,
Good job.
true fan.
Let's stay squirty.
Oh god. That's the new shirt now.
No,
stay
we cannot-
crispy and stay
You
squirty.
cannot wear that shirt around. That is
Only
so bad.
fans wouldn't understand. No, it's okay.
There's other meetings to it.
Oh,
Okay.
Yes.
COVID baby.
Once I graduated,
COVID
I
baby.
did not have a job. I did not have a job until end of September. And in the next 8 days, I had to be like, bye bye, USA. So yeah, it was like a whole thing. I had applied at every job company that is, as one does.
Yeah.
I came very close with EA, but they could only give me like a 3-month contract at the time. And then at the same time, there were like different companies that I was looking forward to. Like I got rejected at multiple companies and
Yeah.
stuff. So yeah, it was hard. It was definitely hard. And then currently where I work at, as I cannot disclose the game, but for that game, I got hired on the 7th of October. I got rejected by them 2 months ago because I did not have any game design experience. I was too young to be hired for the role. And I was like, okay, cool. But I tried to reach out to the art director of the game, and I was like, hey, I know that I got rejected from the job, but can you please look at my portfolio and just tell me what I can improve and what I
Feedback.
can fix?
Was this all through LinkedIn or like through email?
Through LinkedIn.
Okay.
I reached out to them on LinkedIn, and again, like, then did not get a response for a while, but then that person reached out to me and they were like, oh, okay, this portfolio seems to have weightage. Let me see what I can do. Let me see what referral can be put in. And then
you were
again,
genuinely asking for feedback. Like
there
was no ulterior
like,
motive.
hey, what do I fix? I know this is shit. Like, it just, that's the
Wow.
that's the mindset.
So it seemed like your portfolio originally didn't get to the right person, maybe.
I feel like it never does.
Which
Yeah,
it doesn't
because
normally, yeah.
because
Yeah.
That's why they say connect with people on LinkedIn.
Yeah.
Sorry.
because the vetting process is very much they see your resume and then they're like job, and then if you're a hand model, clearly you're not qualified for it.
That makes sense, yeah.
I
But
never know. I mean, the hand model of you concepting something is probably really good.
Concepting your own hand for a game is it's a beautiful hand in a game.
oof.
That's her email.
So he
Here's a picture of my hand. Do you need it for your game?
beautiful hands.
It's a good
I've been
asset.
advertised.
But
So he tried to, like, he's the one that got you the job then.
yeah, she's the one that got
Oh,
me
she.
the job. She's the one who put in the referral, and then I had like a week, like 5 days before my last date was the very first interview I had with them. And then I had multiple rounds of interview, and my final round was like a 7.5 hours long.
Did they give you a test?
No, it was
You
like
talked for 7.5 hours?
Did they get you lunch?
Did they give you water? Did you have bathroom breaks? Tell us. Did you get tortured? Blink if it's true.
no, they were very nice. The good thing was that it was from home. Like I didn't have to go somewhere. And I had like breaks in the middle, and then of course there was a lunch break and everything. They
Yeah.
were like, and combining all of that, it was almost like half a day.
Real
But-
question though.
Yes.
Were you wearing pajama pants during the interview?
Good question. Be honest.
I was
We were
wearing
all.
Please be honest.
We're
I was
COVID
wearing
babies.
my
so-
lucky pajama pants
Yeah.
so that I get in.
That makes
Good.
sense.
Good.
Yeah, and the reason why it was long is because I had to interview with everyone from the department, and they asked me technical questions where it was very much like a test, but like almost like an oral examination
Verbal
where they would
test?
give
Oh
you a
my God, I'm getting
situation.
nervous just by hearing the story.
Oh no.
That's a lot of questions. Like it's
For 8 hours? Yeah.
yeah, for a
Yeah.
junior concept art. It was a junior, I'm guessing, because it was your first
Yes.
job, right?
Yeah.
It's a lot for a junior.
Yeah. But
No. But you got the job at the end. So wait, did you have a ticket to go home when all
Wow,
this
you
was
just
happening?
you just answered that question for her real quick. You're like, "But you got the job." Okay, what's next?
No, I just got distracted. I mean, I was saying like, I'm happy that you got the job. So like, something good came out of it. And then I realized, oh my God, it was so close to her flying that technically you probably had a plan to
Yeah.
leave
yeah.
just in case it didn't go
Yeah.
through.
Yeah.
Nerve wracking.
So it was yeah. So because my work visa started on the 7th October, every year on 7th October I torture myself because you have to figure out whether you're going to end up getting an extension, or if you don't end up getting an extension, then apply for a different sort of a visa and yada yada yada.
To all of
Oh.
our audience, I'm so sorry. The people that are on visas, we know how hard this is for everyone. It's truly harder for you. So we're so sorry. We hope that you get jobs before your deadlines, because we can see how
Really?
hard it is.
There's so many like so many people that I was studying with, because we all graduated in and around COVID. They were just like they already lost hope that there's anything that can be done. So everybody would just pack up and leave to their home countries, probably in like their last semesters, or probably even second last semester. So
Interesting.
So yeah, it was tricky. It was interesting, but it's so funny that in hindsight, right now, when we talk about COVID, we're like, oh, that's when it was a gold mine for jobs.
Yeah.
But
Who knew?
Who knew?
Seriously.
Well, like when I think everybody who graduated during that time had the same sort of anxiety. Actually, anybody who graduated after like probably 2013 is just anxious throughout.
Yeah.
There's
and
no
different kind of anxiety now with all the layoffs. But
yeah.
And AI.
They're
Screw it.
listening.
Screw it. Oh, they're listening? Okay, AI. Stop stealing our artwork. Stop stealing our jobs. Screw you.
I don't think it's stealing our jobs yet. Like, it's not enough to say stealing jobs. It's definitely stealing art. Definitely. styles, arts,
Yeah,
and
but
everything.
if you think about it, stealing the art is then what is it going to do after that? It's going to then go straight to that, to the
Yeah, well,
jobs.
we're hoping it's not going to get to that point. What do you think, Swati? What's your stance on AI?
My stance on AI is it's here to stay. It's not going to go
Mhm.
anywhere. I think that I know in concept art, in the industry itself, there are just so many artists who are actually fighting for it. Carla Ortiz being one of them. They're actually like filing lawsuits against Midjourney and all of those companies, and like really working their way towards making this a more ethical way of using
Yeah.
the software, because it's here to stay. We just have to navigate a way around it, make it ethical. The biggest thing is that the whole rip-off of artists which is happening, the rip-off of art which is happening, uh, is insane. And of course, after that, the rip-off of jobs are going to happen, which is the
Yeah.
eventuality. But it's the eventuality. You just
But I remember you told me that a lot of people, a lot of artists, especially concept artists, are leaving Instagram because it's taking, like, it's freely saying that we're gonna, whatever you post is gonna be ours and we're gonna feed it to
so
our AI. So then where you said they're moving to
they're all
Kara?
moving to Kara. Kara is
Mhm.
the new
Oh,
social
yeah.
media site which is there. And interestingly, so the founder of Kara, very similar like plagiarism sort of a thing happened with her. That's why she opened the site. She opened that app like a year or 2 years before this whole thing of
Like
Mhm.
someone ripped her off.
yeah. So she is a Singaporean photographer, and she's pretty famous. Her work is out there on a digital platform, right, on a digital library, as all our work is. And one of the painters, or like an illustrator, probably in like Norway or somewhere, just like pixel by pixel copied her photograph and submitted it into an art competition,
So
and he
traced
won.
her.
Yeah, and he got like cash prize
Oh my
from
God.
that competition. And then she came to know about it, and she's like, dude, that's my work, you just ripped it off entirely. So she fought a case for like good, like a year and a half or 2 years. She documented all of these things, and I as far as I remember, she did win. She got her claims through, but it was
Nice.
like a mental torture for her. She was
I'm sure it's
documenting
a long, yeah.
this whole ordeal, and this was all before like AI even like it
Mm,
was in the background, but this was like
not
some
as prominent.
actual
This is an
person just
actual
ripping it
person.
off. So
But
then
that's
she was
why
like,
she created the app.
yeah, so that's why she's like, we need a library for just artists, for only like us to exist. And because we like all of the social media, or like the social like internet as a platform was made so that artists could just put their work out for others to just appreciate and love and
Get
like
inspired
get
by. Yeah.
inspired.
Exactly.
And now like few of my most favorite artists, like I remembered them like by name or like by the Instagram handle, and I would just like
Yeah.
sometimes when I would feel low, or just not feeling it
Burnt
with
out.
art,
Yeah.
or like
Mhm.
having like a block, I would just look at their work to get inspired and be like, we still
Yeah.
got this. But look up their name on Instagram and they're just not there anymore. So it's very heartbreaking for that to happen. And this is something, it just there's like a shift. Like ArtStation used to be that place, and
Mhm.
then initially before even Instagram, there was like a whole revolt of removing all your artwork, because
Does
they were
ArtStation also
feeding,
take it?
yeah, because they were
Mm.
feeding to AI. Were started with ArtStation, and then everybody started removing the portfolio from there, and then had their presence on Instagram, and
Then
now
the
that
same.
is migrating
Uh,
to Kara. So
the part
yeah.
I like is that sometimes I see artists that I like and I go to their Instagram handle and, like you say, they're still like the handle's still there and they've deleted everything and they just have one post saying like no to AI. And then after you mentioned Kara, I check Kara and like, oh, they're all there now.
Yeah.
So they just, but I like that they keep their pages and just have that post. I like it
No
instead of just
AI.
deleting everything.
Oh my god, you should
It's like a
go.
statement.
Like you should go on ArtStation and just type no AI. Man, I love artists. There are just such creative ways they've said no to AI. It's
Oh,
just
nice. I
like
should check
they
it
would
out.
make AI as a character and just be like somebody just
Like
fighting
fighting
it,
it.
and
Oh,
it's
nice.
just so cute. And like only artists like I fucking love our community. So
Yeah.
Right.
Same.
That's
Same.
why they shouldn't be like freely taking all of our stuff. Like
yeah.
Yeah.
for Sormei and I right now, we're not fully into the AI yet, but like for you, I feel it because like you can create something, you put it online, and then one of these companies are just like, oh, you posted it on mine, I can take that character and just make a
You know
movie
what
out
I
of it.
feel like it is? It's like, you know, when there's war between like two big countries and then you have different lines of your soldiers. I feel like you're on the front line. Like
Mhm.
we're on the middle line probably,
Right.
and you're really the front. Like you're
Yeah.
gonna get hit first, and you are getting hit first. So it's
Yeah, the pinch is already being felt regardless. Like, and with when Mid Journey specifically started, I was like, oh, what is Mid Journey? And then I went. It was like a Discord at the time. I don't know if it's still the same. And all the what is it called?
prompts.
Prompts. Yes.
Mhm.
All the prompts was like whatever dystopian blah blah blah, and then the artist
The
name, like Peter
artist.
Barcher. I absolutely butchered his name, but he was like the most used prompt, and the way his stuff was ripped, and we were at at one of those art fairs recently, and somebody was selling like prints, and I saw the print, and I can easily figure out who the artist was, and I can easily figure out that that's an AI rendition of it. It's just
And they were selling the print of
and then they were selling it in an art fair, just straight up. So sadly, it's like there's no saving artists from it. I think the only positive the positive outlook that I try to have in this is the fact that you can only rip off so much that exists out there. The artist is not the artwork. The artist is the person himself. It's their life experience. It's whatever they've learned, whatever they get inspired by, what they think is cool, and they amalgamate everything and put it into one piece.
Mhm.
No software is going to be able to
the
replicate that.
creativity can't be replicated.
So
human touch.
you will make 50,000 rendition of what has been done, but the future is not written. So we still have that control. The only issue
Plus AI is not good enough. We can still kind of, when we see, at least artists can, when they
You know
see
what?
something, they're like, it's probably AI.
The funniest thing is, that AI rips off artists is like it's a running joke within the artist community where it's like we can't draw hands and legs. That's why we try to like make a pose where it's like the hand is being hidden, or like
Hidden.
make the drapery so long that you don't actually see the feet. It's like these small things. And when AI was ripping things off, the first thing that it could not do was hands. Like it had like 6, 7
hilarious.
hands, and I'm just like, we didn't know how to draw it, so even you don't know how to draw it.
I didn't know that. That's pretty cool.
I didn't either.
Now I think they've become better at drawing hands or doing hands, or you can still figure out like if you really want to separate between normal art and AI art, look at their hands and feet. It'll
Audience,
always be like
tell everyone
aged.
around you as well, so they know. That's how you can tell it apart.
That's
Unless
how
it's obvious and it's like multiple heads. But yeah.
Well, no, multiple heads is still okay if that's what the concept artist designed, with multiple heads.
Oh no, like when they go in each other.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
obviously
the
like
glitching,
Yeah,
the glitching.
yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
gotcha.
not that it has,
Yeah.
The squirting. Gotcha.
Never ending.
It's Mr. Positive's favorite word. You know what? Your thing below for the next guest should be that.
Depends on the.
I think it's the
if
new
guest,
thing.
oh my god, if the guest can handle it, you should definitely do it. And that's how we'll know if they'll watch Swati's episode first or not. Let's see. We're gonna put so much pressure on all our guests.
But I wanted to say something related to AI. With like AI art being everywhere, and then when you try to like find references on whatever Google or Pinterest or all of that, it started flooding with like just AI references rather than like normal stuff that I wanted to find. And in that, I realized that in ripping off different styles, AI also has its own style. Like, have you noticed it?
Yeah, you can. I mean, yeah,
It's the
it's a
gribblies and that it's so specific that that in the
nothing makes
process of
sense.
copying a style, AI created its own style.
Interesting. I
I
mean,
didn't
it
think
is
of it
true.
that
Every
way.
time I look at something that AI made and I don't know what's AI, I'm like, this is weird. And
Yeah,
then
it
I'm like,
always
oh,
makes
if
you
this is weird,
feel.
it's probably AI. Then
Yeah, it
I'll
always makes
catch
you
on.
feel uncomfortable. Yeah.
Yeah.
Even the animations, like I saw one on LinkedIn of like AI did some kind of like spaghetti commercial or whatever, and it like suddenly made like the noodles become like characters dancing, and it didn't have like
Seems weird.
it was weird, but like it just didn't have that feeling of like what is the animator really trying to do. It was just
It
Yeah.
had no soul, which is
no
the main
soul.
thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
No
Yeah.
That's one of the
brains,
things we
man.
learn as animators. Give your character soul. That's
Mm.
why they always ask us, like, don't forget to make your character breathe. Because a lot of
Mm.
animators don't. They just
Mm.
do everything and then they realize if you make them just the chest movement will make seem like your character's alive.
That's so.
I don't think AI knows that. I hope it doesn't learn it.
Yeah, makes
Yeah,
sense.
that makes sense.
Yeah, makes
It
sense.
does have its own style. Interesting.
Does have its own style. It's so funny when you're in college, and it's always said that like everybody in college wants to establish their own style, like from the get go. But it's like that's why we have like multiple like master studies and master paintings, and then it's like you study as much as you can, and then in the process you'll develop your own style. So AI literally is doing that.
Yeah, that's literally how you
It's
create your own
very
style.
interesting. Yeah.
Still screw it. Screw AI.
Still screwed.
I mean, yeah. I mean, seems like every company is kind of integrating it somehow. So we just have to.
I feel
Yeah.
like it's going to be like an assistant for right now, and I can see that. That's fine.
That's fine.
Help me get to the shot that I want. That's great. But I'm going to clean it up to make it actually look nice and have personality feel to it.
Seems like honestly, advertising is in the front lines even ahead of concept artists.
Oh, advertising was poor guys. They were butchered before even AI's existence existed. There was this whole thing called Canva. Well, not
Oh,
entirely
yeah. I
advertising,
use
but like
Canva.
graphic designers and especially freelancers were
Yeah.
just out of job because anybody
It's
could
so
just
easy to
yeah, it's
use.
so
I
easy.
use it for our YouTube channel, and it honestly is even the free version. It has so much in there that you need to be a little creative to be able to actually make it look good. But even the thumbnails that like the stuff that they already have is, I can see it's
Yeah. So their stuff was taken way before. Sadness and sorrow.
Yeah.
But I feel like the jobs anyways with our market, everything is just getting reduced. But I think at the end of the day, what makes you creative is like that person is you want to get up and just make something. It's like you have this idea in your head and it's like an itch. Till the time you
Yeah.
don't put that idea out there, that itch just
Like the
does not
10 head
go
guy.
away. Yeah,
Yeah.
it does
Yeah.
not go away.
Wait, do you have an artist that makes you feel like that you're like get inspired by every time you're down? Because you said you had a few people
Oh.
on Instagram, but you have like one guy that you're too
So
go-push.
many people, but there is actually of course the spring show and everything happened, which made me want to go into concept art. But something my very first like art book was this book that I'd seen in a store. It was Art for Dishonored 2. I did not know the game at the time, but I saw the art. I just that whole game. I like read it's like that thick a book. I have it. I have to go through my stack. It was that thick of a book. I read it the front to end, and I just they've explained everything. It just made me fall in love with the whole thing, because there's so much, like, it's like one little tiny thought can be expanded into so many different things. And it just that if so there is the concept artists, the two main concept artists that worked for Dishonored 2 were Cedric Perivan and Sergei Kolisov.
Mhm.
Again, I'm
I'll add their
butchering
names.
their names, so I'm so sorry, but man, though, it's that the way they've created the style just speaks volumes for the game, and the whole
I haven't played the game.
the one line brief of the game. It's just beautiful.
Interesting.
I fell in love with that book, and then I was like, this is
I have to check it
even
out.
if it is last semester, I just want to do it. Even if I don't get a job in this, I just
Yeah. Wait,
Oh my
Alejandro, do you
goodness.
have something like that? Do you have a person or like an art book that you go to? What is it?
Well, my person, I mean, I talk about him a lot. He's like my favorite
Michael?
animator. Oh my God, yes. Yes, I took a lot of classes with him.
Well,
So
tell everyone I just said Michael.
Michael
but they will.
Makarowitz. Michael Makarowitz is like
Mm.
my go-to guy. He doesn't post much, but when you look at like the YouTube stuff he has on, the demos, and then I remember him showing off in class all his work. It's just, I think I like him so much is he finds the simplest way to get the most emotional scene to work. And it's like
Mhm.
you just get that personality, and it just like
He breathes in the soul so easily that you get surprised. Like before he even animates, the character has a soul, and you're like, how?
So
Yep.
cool.
And he does it so quickly too.
Yeah, like
He's
the
amazing.
one scene that I will always remember that he did was in Incredibles 2, is when the father's on the couch and he's just overwhelmed, and like he's trying to do everything, and it's just a simple shot of him just leaning
When the
leaning
baby's
forward.
outside eating the cookie with the raccoon.
And his son, no, it's his daughter. His daughter's right there. And
Oh, I'm talking about
yeah,
different.
his daughter's there, and he's just like, I just try to do my best and everything. And she puts his hand on his shoulder, and you're just like, oh my God. And like, you could probably look at the graph editor, and it's probably just the simplest keys and like just these
very
beautiful
clean.
curves.
Yep.
And you're like,
yeah,
that's mine. Yeah, he's mine. If you're listening, Mike.
Amazing. That's amazing. He is definitely an amazing animator. Yeah.
Okay. And you?
I don't honestly have one.
That's okay.
I don't have one. I depends on what mood I am, because yeah, sometimes game arts really inspires me. Sometimes movies do, so I jump around a lot. And surprisingly, concept art is really inspiring to me. So I sometimes just watch concept, like go flip through. I have a magazine that's pretty old, that has concept art in it, and I have some art books that I go to. But seems like all of my answers, every time you ask me, I feel like I don't have, like, you asked me something last time too, and I didn't have my favorites. The movie that got me into the industry.
Yep.
Yeah. Interesting.
What would you do with
Thought
$1 million?
I would invest and
I knew
donate.
it.
Invest and donate.
Okay.
I would not keep any because it's horrible.
You got
Aw.
No, from what all the stories I've heard, it ruins your life.
Oh, gotcha.
It ruins your life and all the people around you. So I would
Fair,
definitely,
fair.
yeah, give half of it away, invest half of it. Yeah. What would you do?
Which one?
You, Alejandro, first, and then Swati can go.
First off, when you have to announce that you win the money, I would definitely put on like a mask. I would 100%. No, like seriously.
Your name would be. Doesn't it get no?
It probably does, but like hopefully, like
It's better than
yeah, just covering my face, because like you're right. Yeah, it's probably then people you've never spoken to suddenly message you and go like, "Hey," but I would keep some, yes, but I would take care of my family. So like my aunts and uncles who don't have much money, I would make sure like, hey, you're set for life and whatnot. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
You've thought about this, I know.
Oh yeah, I have.
Swati, what would you do?
What
She
is
whipped
it?
up the
I feel like if the mic is not here, it won't listen to
No,
me.
it won't. It's just it was fun. It was Chua. What would you do?
I've always, like I said, like I had the privilege to come here, touch all the wood, thank my dad, to be able to find something like entertainment design, like concept art and all of that. But I've always wanted to open a college of concept art back at home. All the people who
Wow.
cannot leave, there's so much talent, it's just the knowledge is not there, and that's why we are not the diamond is there, but it needs to
Be
Get
polished.
get polished.
Very cool.
Oh, that's
that.
very
cool.
good.
That's it.
Yeah. Hers is the best answer, I feel.
I feel like we're all good answers there.
Oh, we're all good answers. Hers was more unique, not good. Hers was more unique than ours.
That's true.
Yeah, our all of ours were good. Mine was the most boring. It's okay. I'll think about it more next time when you ask me. I can have a better answer.
I just don't know how to invest. That's why I thought
technically you're investing it in the school, so technically
you're investing
in the future.
Other people. Yeah,
the future of the young generation, concept artists of India. So you're investing.
Fair.
Of the world. She's gonna get to a point where it's like concept artists of the world want to go to her school.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah,
No,
I've seen her work, so I'm 100%.
Then you have to be able to open, which I think Sarmi is gonna do, where it's I will produce the artists, and then you'll have to open a company that hires those artists.
That could be possible.
Yeah,
I am a kind of person that would do that.
Yeah. With all the investment money that you get.
Oh yeah.
Open the firm and then hire all my students.
Done. We're gonna do it. Alejandro, go buy the jackpot tickets, please. We're gonna get on this.
All right.
This is the plan now.
Be right back.
So Swati, what does the future hold for you?
Well, future is uncertain with and it has never been certain, actually. Honestly, it is how the industry has been and how my visa stuff has been. So
I mean, we're getting close to 8th of October, so I'm assuming.
Exactly, we're getting close again to the deadline. So I'm a little used to the uncertainty now because of all of that. I think future is just me being able to expand my skills as much as I can, me being able to make that college, maybe. That's like a 20-year plan. But yeah, just being able to do art and do the work and not have a prompt take away my work. That's it. Or not.
Yeah.
I don't want a future where I have to sit and write the prompts. I think that's it.
So boring.
All of us.
Exactly. It's like if the future does not have that, then the future is bright, regardless. So.
Truth.
So looking forward to that. Looking forward to
Wait, I have a question. Well, this is Alejandro's question. Alejandro, ask the traveling question.
I mean, she's already done it though.
What?
But that doesn't mean that she's gonna do it again, and that doesn't mean she came to the US. The question is, would she go to Singapore? Singapore is a nice country. Well, all of them are nice countries.
Doesn't matter.
But yeah. Far away. That's the point. Far away.
You find a job that's in Norway right now, and it's it sounds perfect for you.
Oh yeah, I'll move right away.
Let's go. Let's go.
So what was this confidence? Oh no.
Let's go.
We need a tally to keep score.
I think you're in the lead. I think it's 3-2.
No, actually, I think you're in the lead.
No,
so basically, one is you would not move.
So my thing is, I've moved a lot in my life, and I've moved continents, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm saying that I would move for the perfect job, but it really does depend on where that country is. Even if the job that I want is I love working at ILM, so that's one of my top jobs. If ILM gives me a job in Australia, let's say, Australia is very far to me. That's why I'm giving an example. Australia is a great country. I love Australia. It's so far. That's why I'm giving it as an example.
Sorry.
And the spiders and the snakes and everything. I'm not a snake person. So
I'm not either, but I'd take it.
Yeah. So Alejandro would move without he doesn't mind where it is. For me, it matters. I would not move to Australia even if Ireland gives me a job. it depends on where it is. So now we're asking all of our guests, and really it's interesting. It's different for everyone.
Yeah.
It seems like mostly people that have families tend to be more like me.
Which makes
and
sense.
people that are not, even though I'm single, as I'm acting like
even though I'm married,
Yeah,
and
it's
I
opposite
still
person.
would just I'd go.
It depends on you.
I just feel like I will move, but like nobody is holding me down. If I don't enjoy it or if I don't like it, I can always just leave.
Mhm.
Yeah,
I know
yeah.
moving is a very big thing, and like, what is it? What's it called? It's a baggage. No, it's a.
Hmm?
It's
What
like
is
one of
it?
those stock terms. I don't know these finance terms. I'm sorry.
I don't know what you mean to help you.
Yeah, I
It's
can't
okay.
think of it either.
But basically, it is a commitment. But I feel like because I don't have, like, I'm not married or anything,
It's
I think I
easier.
can do it right now than in future where I don't know what's up.
Oh yeah, 100%.
That's why
That's true.
at this moment I will leave. But 2 years down the line, you never know.
Yeah, it's a good answer.
All my answers are this. Anyone asks me anything, I was like, at this very moment, I'm doing this. But 2 hours later, who
But I mean,
knows?
that's the truth, right? We only know what's gonna happen now. Who knew that, right? Like in 2024 and 2025, all the entertainment industry would be up in the air. Writer strikes 1 year with films, and then now game strikes the year after. So it's just really, you have no idea.
Tomorrow's a mystery.
Survive to 25. Open
Drift
to
away to
drift.
25.
Today is a gift. That is why they call it the present.
That's why you're called Mr. Positive.
Wow.
Can you tell me what movie that's from, though?
No.
Oh,
What movie is that from?
I don't remember.
Okay. If the guest can get that, I will, or not the guest, I'm sorry. Comments below, please tell us. Because I know it.
Can you guess?
Oh, yeah. It's a good one.
Nice. We'll wait. I'll
Can you
wait.
text me? I don't know this.
Yes, I will let you know.
Okay.
But I love that line. I love that line.
Joe, you have another question that I usually ask. What's your favorite?
God.
The favorite. I'm asking your question.
Animated film?
What they got into, like what made them get into the industry, or what's their favorite animated film?
Oh.
Or film. And now we're broadening our horizons. We're not just talking to
that's why
animators.
I was thinking, like, it's
you can.
tough.
Yeah, it can be any.
Yeah.
Mm.
So
which one is it?
Mine's Toy Story.
Mm.
Toy Story. I watched that and I was like, I want this.
Mm.
And as you know, I don't have answers, so I was like, I don't know.
Yeah.
A lot of different things got me into the industry.
Well, like I said, but like the thing that got me is that guy's work in his spring show. It was not even
The Chinese guy?
Oh man, he was so good.
What's his
Yeah.
name? Poor guy, we don't know his name. Do you remember?
I can send you his
You still-
art station. I know his name.
Oh
I
yeah,
just-
yeah. I'll add it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so other people can go
Yeah,
see.
Yeah. It was him, and there was this other guy. His name, I will always remember. His name is Ben Meng. He had the most awesome website I have ever seen. Like when I was in my school, I was just, and he was like just 1 year older, like senior to me, and I was like, how did you do that? His work was amazing. His website design was amazing. His graphic design skill in
Nice.
figuring
How was
out
his
how to do
hands?
it.
It's an important question. Most important
But his
question.
hands did amazing work. So that's what
Oh,
matters.
nice. Wait, but you didn't say what's your favorite like animated movie or movie?
Okay, so well, it is in old times. It is Tarzan,
Good one.
Oh,
Good one.
and in the new times, it has to be Coco. I cried. Oh man! Every time I watch it,
Very good.
I've cried so much.
What part,
I'm sure
though?
Michael worked on so many of those shows.
The part that like makes me cry is the fact that he's so passionate about his music that it was okay for him to die. And then I cry and I was like, am I that passionate
Yeah.
about my I was just like, wow.
That's a lot of
Oh,
commitment.
new world.
New world.
But that one thing always got to me. So yeah.
Tarzan is also a good one. I've never heard anyone mention Tarzan. I also
I haven't
forgot about
either.
it. That I just remember that made me a little anxious. I don't know why. It was just that one and Little Mermaid both would make me anxious.
Mm.
Hmm.
Why
Little
these face?
Mermaid, not really.
Oh,
I don't
yeah, Little
remember
Mermaid's my
Little
least
Mermaid.
favorite. It was
Yeah.
creepy. Like, why would you lose your voice to walk and be with a guy that's actually not that handsome and half understands what's going on the whole time? It's just
I've
not my
blocked
favorite.
that movie.
Yeah, same.
I only watch it to see if I can like watch the originals where they added like random things. So like in the sky at one point it like actually spells sex. And then the prince, I think on the cover, yeah, this is real. On the cover of the Little Mermaid, I think they actually add like a little bump on his pants.
What?
Oh yeah, Disney. You need to go down that rabbit hole and you'll see that like they did these kind of things in all
It's
no, I'm
these
not
Disney
gonna
movies.
sleep tonight.
OnlyFans?
Huh?
It's Disney OnlyFans.
Hardcore
Ugh.
Disney fans.
Hardcore
This
Disney
is
fans.
this is legit artists at Disney for the movies did this.
Wow.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Good to know.
Who knew? I have to go down this rabbit hole now. I
Yeah.
thought I was going to eat, but no.
But no.
I'm finding out bumps in every
Half
Disney
racist, no.
movie. I want to say something, which
Yes,
is
please.
I am very happy that you guys are doing this. It's like when you come to know like the Kara for that lady where it's like something happens to her and then she's like there needs to be something where it needs to protect my work, and then she goes ahead and does something, and then you guys were like, oh, there needs to be a podcast where people who are new in their field or like who are not that seasoned or maybe that seasoned but how they're affected and have like an honest conversation around it. You felt that there was a need for it and then you made it happen, and I feel like it's such a warm hug to the community and you're keeping it alive because it is very drab and dry out there. Like even if you don't want to
Nerve-wracking.
be affected by it, you do. So it's and all we want to do is just talk about and like geek out about our art, and that's all predominantly our community wants to do. So you guys having this podcast and doing that is amazing. So
Thank you.
thank you for
That's all
just-
Sorme. I just jumped on board. That was seriously, it was all your idea.
It started with me, but we're doing on this journey together. We're doing everything
Yes.
together. So it's
Yeah.
I
thank
like
you
listening.
for appreciating us.
Yeah,
It helps.
because it's very easy to feel like there's no hope and just be stuck into it, but you guys just are like, oh, it's okay, we can still talk about the love for the industry. Let's keep that up, and that makes everyone else also feel like, oh, okay, let's
Yeah,
talk
let's
about
all
it.
geek out
So,
together.
Yeah.
Okay, I do have one more question. I
Oh.
just thought of it. Who's your favorite, Sorme or me, on the podcast?
I mean, how
She
dare
can't
you
answer
ask
that.
this question? No,
She
how
can't answer.
dare you
How-
ask this question?
I can ask.
Then I will tell. It's Sorme.
That's okay.
Mic drop.
Please, is there any
Yeah.
viewer that likes me? Please. Even my wife, I know you watch this. Comment below and say that you like me.
I like you, Alejandro. You're my favorite.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I'm my favorite too.
You said to choose, and I mean,
That's true.
I mean,
I
when you
did,
have
I did.
Sorme in competition,
You asked the worst person. We're too close for her to say anything else because then I can.
You know what? I'm just going to
I think
start
it would be
asking
dangerous.
that whenever we interview
Don't
a new
ask
person.
people that. I'm going to cut it
Yeah, we're
out.
gonna
Don't
start
ask.
cutting-
You're
we're
going to
gonna do a
make everyone
challenge.
uncomfortable. No.
You know
Don't
what?
ask
You
them.
should not ask them. Just have the is orange is the new black. Just have like
Who do you like more? And then whoever.
Sorme
Yeah.
or Mr. Positive. Who do you like more? And let them
Oh,
figure out. Don't ask.
That's actually a good game.
Yeah.
that's a good game.
Let
Yeah,
people
'cause then-
tell you that they like you. Don't ask them.
Yeah, because if they don't want to answer, then they won't
I
just
need-
pretend like they didn't see it.
I need to hear it. I need to hear it.
Oh,
I like your
I like you.
Definitely.
Not my goofiness, because I feel like I sometimes drive Sorme so crazy.
I love your goofiness. One of the main reasons I asked you to do this with me is because of your goofiness.
Oh, it wasn't because I'm a good animator?
I mean, we're not animating on here. Why would this? Doesn't matter. Oh, he left. Ghost.
Ghost.
You're the
Okay.
best animator. I love you.
Thank you.
Swati, thank you so much for being here with us. We've been trying to have you on the podcast for a while, but our schedules have been crazy. But we're glad that we finally got to hear your story and get inspired by your story and hear about concept art more because, like we said, we didn't have any concept artists on here. And we hope that you get to open up your school at some point.
Yay!
Hopefully not 20 years, a lot sooner.
Thank you. Based on those $1 million.
Oh yeah,
If
Alejandro's gonna
anybody
get on
wants
that.
to donate, I will start a, what is that, GoFundMe.
Yes.
Yeah, Kickstarter or GoFundMe.
Kickstarter,
Kickstarter.
GoFundMe.
Do it. We
Yeah.
all need it in this industry.
Yeah.
We do.
Yeah.
But thank you so much for having me. It was fun. I had a lot
Thank
of
you. And you know the line, I'm sure, because you're a fan.
Oh
I'll find you
yeah.
something.
Was stay squirty. Stay crispy.
We'll see you next time, everyone. Bye.
Bye bye.